guys, Skip here, and just finished up with the Vampire slash modified Venom. It's got a 2853 motor with a 1700 kV output with a 12 blade fan. I won't be able to see it through there. The cockpit and stuff we've got is kind of cool in here. Not so much cockpit, I haven't finished that yet, but the wiring and stuff in here has all been kind of straightforward and simple. And I did put a switch in here for my high power lights, so that's kind of handy. I can do that by remote control. We did try to scale it as close to the Venom. So basically, this is the Vampire slash DH-110 Venom. Minus the stripes. I'm still thinking about doing something like a pewter metallic stripe on the stuff in replacing the yellow, but I haven't decided on that yet. In the meantime, it looks pretty cool the way it is, and I've been putting on some of the actual decals and stuff that are on the bigger one over here. And this is the Venom. The bombs here I haven't done anything with, but these don't really stay on there when you fly with it anyway. But I do have a set of bombs that I picked up for this, missiles actually, and they're going to go right in about the same place. So when I get this all set, right now the outer fuel cells that I made these out of pink foam. I had a problem with the lights. I plugged them in, everything was fine, they were working right up to the time when I went to start to video, and first the red one blew out, and then I'm trying to think, well, what's up with that? So I checked the wiring, I pulled the one cap off, and all of a sudden that one went out over there. So the red and the green both went out, and the only thing I could figure is that they came out of another plane that was crashed. They were working when I put them in, before I put them in, But chances are, maybe because this thing has an external BEC on it, I have to plug it into the receiver port or another channel on the receiver to power everything up. But it has an external BEC, and I'm wondering if that thing is a 6-volt BEC, maybe just a little bit higher than I'm able to push to those LEDs. So I've gone ahead and just installed everything. The caps are on very loosely. These are just bubble gum, or little plastic caps that you get. You get your little prize in there when you go to the grocery store. Put a quarter in the machine for your kids. But excellent little light protectors. Not to mention when the LED hits in there, the whole thing gets a lot brighter, so you can really actually see it. So we did that, and let's see what else. What other modifications did I do? Got rid of the emblems, and I kind of blended my own paint. You notice it a little bit there. Not totally finished with it. It was about the best blend I could get, but that gave me the idea of using that color possibly, and it would still be a silverish but a darker metallic silver stripes scheme. And then I've still got the extra decals over here to finish out some of the other finalizing touches, and put some of like the cross bands and things like this on the wings. But I still want to get this thing in the air, and the day is starting to look good. I'm waiting for the boys to give me a call and get things rolling along. If the glue finishes setting up just the way I'd like it, I'd like to get this thing out and fly it today. All right, you guys, here, let me give you a quick demonstration how it looks, and then we'll take this out and taxi it real quick. I'll show you the lights and what I've done. Turn around here real quick. Now I've got it on a couple of different wiring positions. I can run it right off the main power battery, which is a 14.8 on this. The LEDs that I've got in here are they'll handle 14.8, and they burn super bright. But you may not want super bright, it may not be necessary, and you're wearing down extra juice in your battery. So I got myself a little 12-volt, this thing was only about $7 on Amazon, and it supports 2 different 12-volt plugs, and it's a switch deal, and it also has modes, so it'll flash or turn on off or do simultaneous flashing. But I'll give you a shot here and see how it looks. Now you can have it all wired up like direct, like I did. I wired a pigtail right into the actual lead. I've got a little adapter here I made. It's laying in here. Should I use another battery that doesn't have an XT connector? I've got the adapter for my Deans with an extra power adapter. Should I want to still wire them all up with the super high power? Say it's daylight and I want to still see it. Otherwise, if you just run it off the 12-volt switched system, it's going to be automatic and work with your radio, and you'll only be pushing 12 volts to those lights if you really even want them. Otherwise, you can turn them off remotely by air. So put this thing in here, power up the radio. I think it came out looking pretty neat, guys. I know I said I wasn't going to do anything, but it's been raining like crazy for the last, I don't know, week straight. So since I started working on this, I just kind of have all these odds and ends laying around and the extra LEDs. I did buy the switch, and I did buy the 12-blade fan for this. But and these really looked cool when they were lit up. Okay, because they look just like that one does, just like the big one back there. But if you see if I had a battery in the other one, the lamps in the other one pulsate green, just like this, and then in the rear on the other one, you also have the red thrust tube effect. Only it pulsates because I've got a 3-watt high power lighting system in there that I've incorporated with that. Now, so as not to blow that plane off of there, let's angle this one down a little bit. Sorry about this, guys. Poor dogs. But everything works. Now, when I put these pods on, I shaped them in the back a little bit so that they would miss most of the ailerons. But I did have to take an X-Acto blade and make a very slim round cut and slice up there so that they will still do what they're supposed to do. And very little range on, very little travel on that front end. And my figure on this thing, because it is seems to want to pick up when you're trying to take off, is I'm going to give it a little bit of down elevator while I'm taking off till it gets up to speed, giving me a little bit more travel, keeping that nose down. And when it's ready, then I'm just going to bring it on back. It should go up. But listen to it sound. This is now, you heard it before with the standard stock motor 6S. This is still stock motor. It was just a tad underrated from the one that I bought, but the one I bought had a 2800 kV. I kind of like the 2700 kV a little bit better, just because I was pushing more blades. Figured it'd be easier on the stock ESC, which is still a 45. I've got a 60 should I need it, but this thing seems to hold it. I haven't had anything burn out, and the temperatures look fine. It sounds a little better if I don't block the holes here. Let me try that again. And I do believe it pushes a little bit better, so I think we're going to have a little fun with this thing. Kind of hoping for it today, but yeah, it even wants to take off faster. I didn't get to mating it with the 5-blade fan that was originally in it, because when I was doing some of these tests, it sucked the battery. I had a little 12-volt battery in there, and it sucked the battery back. I thought it had it wrapped well enough, but it sucked it back there and busted every single blade. So it's like, okay, I guess we're making it a 12-blade anyway, which I'm glad, because it really does sound better. It's actually got a little bit more push. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Saturday. It's beautiful, and I'm going to get out there flying with the boys here pretty soon. We'll jump in the shower. Excuse my attire. This is Saturday morning. Want to get a couple birds in the air and have some fun today. I'm hoping maybe this one will be dried up quite enough that I'll be able to go do it. Caps are on temporarily. Hopefully we don't lose them, as the LEDs are still kind of hanging in there loose. So when I get the LEDs, I can just solder in a couple new ones. Won't have to run the lines or anything. Have a nice weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. Crash Test Boys and I should be out in full force today. April Fools, right? See you later. In case you guys didn't get to see the airplane all the way around. Oh yeah, and the retracts, of course. All work very nicely. There's my steering. Very little. Like I say, guys, I think I'm going to try with a little bit of down elevator while I'm accelerating to keep that nose down, because they are foam tires. They should grip. As long as the plane rolls straight, keeping a little bit of nose down and then taking off should do the job. Just a guess, but we're going to give it a shot. Alright? Thanks for watching again, guys. Have a nice weekend, and catch you soon. Okay, Garmin. Stop recording. Oh, quick, I forgot to show you guys the lights, how these work. Check it out. I can turn alternating, where they're flashing. Where they're all flashing. Where they're all on. All flashing, or I can just turn them all off. Save battery. If you're not needing them, you can turn off all your lights, guys, with one switch. Cool. Thanks again. Okay, Garmin, stop recording.